Hey everybody, today's TRX workout is a muscle endurance workout. We'll be doing exercises using similar muscle groups back to back to fatigue out the muscles. We have modifications included, so it's a great workout for any fitness level. Our first series is a squat series, beginning with a hack squat to high row with 15 reps of each exercise. We're gonna start facing our anchor. Straps are at mid-length. You're in a high row position, elbows up, squeezing scapulas together, shoulders drop down the back. From there, you're going to extend your arms, lowering your body in a plank position, and then bend your knees into a squat. Stand up from the squat and row forward. Second exercise is a basic squat. Arms are at your sides 90 degrees. Feet are slightly wider than shoulder width apart. You're gonna sit your weight back into your heels, dropping your hips back down towards the floor, making sure you engage those low abs at the bottom of the squat, and then pushing through the heels to stand back up, 15 reps. Going into a low squat pulse. Same position, you're gonna hold that squat low and pulse it out for 15 reps. Returning to that basic squat, stand up fully and squat up and down through that full range of motion. Make sure your knees are pointed over the second toe as you go down. Knees shouldn't cross over the toes, but stay right in line. Low squat pulse. Repeating this exercise again, staying in that low squat position. Pulsing it out, we should feel those quads starting to burn. Our next series of exercises are going to be for back and obliques. We'll start with a high row. Just like our hack squat to high row, but taking the squat portion out. 15 reps. You'll start with elbows pulled back, scapulas pulled together, shoulders rolled down the back. Be sure to engage the core, lifting the chest. 15 reps. We're gonna pulse that high row now at the top. I like to step in towards my anchor point, take it a little bit steeper, and we're not gonna get full extension in our elbows this time, but just keep that nice contraction at the end range of the motion for 15. Single strap your trainer. We're moving into a power pull. Pull one arm back into a row position. The other arm reaches up your trainer. You're gonna drop yourself back and reach that arm towards the floor. So we're rotating away, keeping a nice plank in our body, even through that rotation, then driving our hip forward to reach up our trainer. 15 each side. Hip drop is our next exercise. You're gonna be in a split stance, sideways to your trainer. Hands are overhead. You're gonna drop your hip away from your trainer, letting your arms fall to the side, and then lift yourself back up to a straight standing position, arms overhead. You should feel that along the side of your body, the side furthest from your trainer. Next exercise is a single arm high row. Like that power pull, but this time we're not rotating away from our anchor. We're resisting rotation with our core and our obliques. We've got 15 each side. Try to keep a nice strong plank at the bottom, keeping those shoulders in line with one another. Our next series of exercises, we're going down to the floor. Keep your trainer single strapped, but lengthen it slightly so that it's at mid-calf. We're gonna step one foot into our trainer, coming into a plank position, and we're doing push-ups. So 15 push-ups. There's some variations for this exercise. So you can keep one foot planted on the ground. You could lift your foot up next to your suspended foot to make it more challenging. You could bring your knees down to the ground to make it easier. Or if you're unable to be in that prone position, you can do a standing push-up on the wall. After our push-ups, we're going to do a plank up, starting in a low plank position. Same foot suspended. Our other foot needs to remain planted. You're going to push up from a low plank position into a high plank position. Pushing up one arm at a time, coming down with the same arm. So I'm leading with my left arm, pushing up and down. You can also bring your knees down to modify this exercise, or you can do this exercise on the wall just like the push-ups. Making sure your core is pulled tight. As you steepen your angle, you make it more challenging, or you could bring it to one foot to add that instability, even against the wall. Side plank. You're going to roll onto your side. Suspended foot will be on the bottom, and your loose foot will be resting on top. You're going to hold a side plank for 15 seconds. Modifications would be to bring this exercise just to the floor and not use the trainer. So holding 15 seconds each side, you want to hold that hip up nice and tall, squeezing your body like you're between two sheets of glass. Hand could be at the floor, on your hip, or extended overhead. We're returning to that plank up. These should be more challenging this time. So you can do that exercise on the wall, on your knees, or suspended with one foot planted. You want to lead with the opposite arm this time. So if you led with your left like I did, this time you'll lead with your right, 15 reps. Repeating again that single leg suspended push-up with the opposite foot suspended. So this time right foot suspended, left leg's planted. You can bring it down to your knees, or again do the push-ups on the wall. Our last series of exercises focuses on the core. We're going to begin with an alternating hamstring curl. So you're going to unstrap that single strap. You've got two straps again, heels in those foot cradles. You're going to lift your hips up slightly off the floor and row one knee in, one heel in, and switch. If this is too challenging, you can drop your hips to the floor and really think about dragging that heel back in. Toes pull back towards your face. You create resistance. If you have trouble with your low back, you could turn yourself around so that your head is under your anchor and your feet are away from the anchor. Next exercise is sit up from floor. Staying with those heels in the foot cradles. You're going to reach your hands overhead, and you're going to sit up onto your sit bones, trying to keep those hands from reaching forward to help you with that counterbalance. Try to keep them over your head and by your ears as much as possible. And when you get to the top of your sit bones, really reach your hands towards the ceiling. Get that full extension through the sit up. To modify this exercise, you would put your hands in your foot cradles and rest your feet on the ground. You can use those handlebars to slowly help yourself pull up and just do an assisted or resisted sit up using the trainer. 15 reps of this exercise. Muscle up. This is really a full body exercise. We're going to be sitting on the floor, arms extended in front of us with tension on the straps. You're going to throw your hips up, stand up and through, pushing on the handlebars and extending those arms behind you. This is a power move. You explode from the floor with those hips, push and lift. Try to keep that chest lifted. Try to think of the power coming through the floor. To make this more challenging, you could use one foot. Making sure you're lowering yourself down nice and controlled. Don't let yourself fall to the ground, but control that eccentric motion as you lower yourself back down. If you're doing one foot, be sure to switch feet halfway through. We're doing 15 reps. We're gonna repeat that sit up from floor. So heels in, arms above your head, reaching up overhead for 15 reps, or modifying that exercise using the handlebars to help pull yourself up to that seated position. We'll finish today's workout with the alternating hamstring curl. Heels in, hips lifted so that you're in a reverse plank position, rowing one heel into butt, alternating those legs. Again, those heels are weighted into the foot straps. Feel gravity pull down on them. Toes pull back to face. Holding a nice strong plank for 15 reps each side. That's it for today's workout. For an extra challenge, repeat the whole thing through to make your workout a full hour. Have a great day.